This video just in of an Israeli Air Force strike over the weekend that destroyed a building in Gaza City. According to local media reports, that building was used to house displaced Palestinians. Several deaths are reported. Meantime, Secretary of State Marco Rubio is in Israel right now, meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu as doubt is growing over a deal to end the war in Gaza. The two spoke at a press conference, expressed negotiations with Hamas are not going as planned. Middle East correspondent Shosh Bedrosian is live for us there in Tel Aviv. So, Shosh, what did Rubio say about that strike and America's role in all of this?
Sure. Well, Rubio made it very clear today that the United States has strong relations with these Gulf allies before and after the Israelis decided to target the senior Hamas leaders that live in Doha, Qatar, and even after Qatar called it, quote, an attack on the principle of mediation. Now, Rubio consistently stressed at this press conference today alongside Prime Minister Netanyahu that President Trump and the United States wants to see the release of all 48 hostages still in Hamas captivity, the dismantling of the terror group that started this brutal war on October 7th, and a better future for the people of Gaza without the armed terror group of Hamas involved. Now, Rubio also warns that countries pushing to recognize a Palestinian state right now only emboldens Hamas and makes it harder for the terror group to actually come back to the table to negotiate. The Secretary of State said as much as the U.S. wants a peaceful diplomatic solution to end this war, which he says they continue to explore and pursue, Rubio said we have to be prepared for the possibility it won't necessarily happen, and it may require concise military operations to eliminate the terror group.
It needs to end. And how does it end? It ends by eliminating the people who did it, by ending them as a threat. It ends by releasing every single hostage, both living and deceased. And then when all of that is done, then we can begin the work, I hope, internationally, to providing the people of Gaza the kind of future that they deserve.
Now, Prime Minister Netanyahu also reiterated that the strike against Hamas leadership in Doha, Qatar, was wholly Israel's decision and assumes full responsibility for it, saying they acted alone and that Hamas leaders have quote, no immunity wherever they are. Netanyahu also said there was, quote, immense cynicism and hypocrisy in criticism of Israel over the strike in Doha, pointing out the UN resolution 1373, which was approved after September 11th, that no country can harbor or give safe haven to terrorists. He said the United States acted boldly back then against the terror havens that were given to al-Qaeda in Afghanistan and to Osama bin Laden in Pakistan. Now, Rubio also stressed that President Trump wants to see a better future for the people of Gaza, in addition to the 48 Israeli hostages that are still in captivity at this point in time, Nichole. He also mentions that the people of Gaza are also being held hostage by Hamas. Nichole?
And Shosh, the Secretary Rubio has another stop tonight that is drawing attention.
Yeah, he is, absolutely. So we're learning tonight he will be inaugurating a newly excavated ancient road in the city of David National Park near Jerusalem. It's called a Pilgrim's Road, which is actually a path that led to the Second Temple back in the day. Reports are actually calling it a bit controversial, as the city of David is located in the Palestinian neighborhood of Silwan in East Jerusalem. And Rubio will be knocking down a temporary wall that will open the pilgrim's path to the holiest site in Judaism, known as the Temple Mount. Now, Rubio also added a second stop to this trip to Qatar, which he will be apparently taking off to go to tomorrow. In addition, his next stop after that will be the United Kingdom, and his trip is expected to close on Thursday. Nichole?
All right, Shosh, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.